Right, check. You already know. It's your boy 215 Guy Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. Producer's new favorite podcast, Let Me Write With You. We are back once again. Had to do it a day ahead, when schedules be tight, schedules be busy, that's how this shit goes. So, we had to come in a day early. So, make sure y'all enjoy y'all Sunday off tomorrow. But we actually have a returning guest who we may have not had in this room, but we've had on the podcast in the past year. And we had some great discussions last episode, but a lot has changed, a lot of movements, a lot of great people you've came across, since then.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a good reset to introduce my boy. It's him.
Thank you.
Man, it's great. It's great to see you, bro. I see you came in style today. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm actually just coming from a show. I performed at the 420 Expo. I was out in Jersey, out in Edison. It's like a whole, what a time to be alive, man. You remember smoking herb back in the Prohibition days, hiding in the woods, like, all the shit that we used to do to try to. Yeah. I can cuss on here, right?
Oh yeah.
All the shit we used to do to try to hide weed from the cops. Then they rented out a whole expo center and they got bongs, they got edibles, they got flour, they got gross stuff. Like help you grow stuff. Anything that you could imagine dealing with herb, they have it there. You know what I mean? And then there was performances throughout the day, musical stuff. So, that's where I came in.
Were there any other performances that you enjoyed, aside from, doing your own?
Yeah, man. There was a guitar player. He had a guitar on his lap, one of them type, and then he doing some type of folksy type of stuff. And there was a duo. It was like a rock duo, young girl and in the dude she was. Now the names are, it was a 420 convention, so the names are kind of slipping me. Mm-hmm. Then there was a rapper. He was like, he had like a big pun, and I'm gonna find him and I'm gonna tag him and all of this stuff. But like, he had like a big pun type energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
like that Capital Punishment type.
Yeah, like I don't think he spoke any Spanish. I'm talking about just the aura. You know what I'm saying? He had a cool style. He had a cool flow, and so yeah, it was some cool performers, man.
Man, nah, that was great. And then, like you said, bro, I've definitely, I've seen the events. I've definitely been out to New York, been out Jersey. I've definitely seen, how some of these things go. And like I said, times have definitely changed to where, like you said, we sitting here freely smoking weed on podcasts now. Like I said, times have definitely changed. So, I definitely do get to enjoy seeing other cultures, come together. Like you said, music, the weed and stuff like that.
I got my eye on the weed right now. You mind if I get?
Oh yeah, you already know I'm about to pass it to you, my brother. Gotta make sure to keep that lit. But I'll say it like this: out of and since we're on the topic of cannabis and stuff like that, when you were out there at the expo, what was something that surprised you out there that you've seen? Like you said, you've seen the bongs, you've seen pieces, glass, all that stuff out there. What was something that surprised you?
They had a whole chatterbait. Booth. Mm-hmm. That was probably the biggest booth in the expo. Chicks came out. They was going live on chatterbait. Mm-hmm. And you could just chit chat with them like they wasn't getting naked or nothing. It wasn't getting naked or nothing, but like they had a whole section. You know what I mean? Because the same company actually does Exotica. I performed there last year.
Oh shit.
That was fucking wild, man.
No, how was that experience?
Man, porn stars from old, new, I'm talking about VHS era porn stars. I'm dating myself.
It was basically like an AVA festival.
It was kind of like that. You could get autographs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I performed. I got a little sexy with it, you know what I'm saying? I performed. And the funnest part, like, so there was a lot of stars there, you know what I mean? There's a lot of girls. And I got to chit chat with them a little bit. I got to meet Misty Stone, you know what I'm saying? I got to chit chat with them a little bit. But there was one lady, Alana Evans, blonde. She kind of like DVD era, you know what I'm saying? Legend. She was out there playing a game, right? The game was like trivia questions. She had like 10 trivia questions, but you had to answer them while you were sitting on that saddle. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. The Sibian. You had to sit on the saddle. Now people kept the clothes on, you know what I'm saying? Kept the clothes on, but you had to sit on the saddle and answer these questions, right? So I was there with my girl and she was like, "Oh, you should come sit on here and do shit." I said, "Nah, I want you to do it." She said, "Me?" I said, "Yes." Mm-hmm. I'll ask the questions here. Give me the mic. And I got footage. It was on my Instagram. I might have archived it. I got footage of her trying to answer these questions, wobbling and shaking. And I was trolling her. If she answered the question right, sometimes I'd be like, wrong. I just
You were just doing it just to fuck with her.
just to fuck with her, man. I was like, look, I'm in a position of power right now. I'm Regis filming right now, and you under my control. So that was cool. And yeah, man, just like the blunt roller contest. You know what I'm saying? They had just, I mean,
Not gonna say I would have won, but I probably would have.
with this blunt, bro, you definitely be a top contender.
Probably would have had one of the best. Probably would have had the best gas in there. I probably would say that much. You know?
Yeah, I believe you, man. This shit right here got my fucking eyes glowing underneath the glasses.
I think it's Skittles crossed with sour diesel. I think.
Goddamn. Now, is that more of a sativa or an indica?
I believe sativa, but this shit's definitely a hitter.
Yeah, sativas. That's my jam. I like uppers. That's, you know what I mean.
I'll say it like this, like, and like you said, you know, going back to that event, and it's just like curiosity. Do you see like anybody from like the new era of like, you know, like adult filming and stuff, like any like the Adam 22s, like the Leonards? You seen anybody new out there?
Oh well, see I did see someone kind of new. Well, I went to the 420 convention today, but at the Exotica convention, I saw Rodney. I gotta look up his full name. Rodney. He got a whole Rodney something. I'm gonna look it up. He got a whole company. When I say big pimping, bruh, he had a whole like squad. Like he was Shredder and they was like the Foot Clan, like that. He had a whole squad of chicks that he made into millionaires on OnlyFans. I'm about to let this nigga manage me. No diddy.
So
like
isn't this nigga like Sauce Walker?
Yo, this nigga getting look. He creating millionaires. So tap in with him if you an OnlyFans chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like that's normally not what I'm promoting out here. I'm promoting my music. Roll me Rome.
I'm gonna keep it a bean though, bro. Listen, right. And I had this discussion back on episode 13. And you know, my guy Cotton, he had said it best. It's like, it's just so funny to me. Because like, it's just so funny to me just seeing, you know, people like Bad Barbie who won't even like post like a crazy ass like nigga picture, right?
Right.
But these, what was her
People,
OnlyFans like?
She did like
turn out?
20 million in a day, something crazy like that. You talking about Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside?
Yeah, Bad Barbie. Whatever
Yeah, the day she turned 18,
it just goes to show
niggas
like,
been waiting
like,
by the keyboard.
Niggas is really
with their
thirsty.
credit card out. Niggas was like, oh, niggas was watching Maury and Dr. Phil just a pregame for it. They was like, oh,
niggas is really thirsty out here, bro. And it's just crazy to me because me personally, like you said, I'm a little more old school. I still believe in going outside, going in the field, having a couple chicks tell you no, this, that, and the third.
Oh, you gotta
like,
do that.
I'm still used to going out in the field, maybe get a couple no's here and there, and then you might get that 1 year right there, and then, you know, like, you feel me?
Right.
I'm used to that shit.
For the kids, it's kind of like swiping, except you do it with your face. If they don't know what that's like, you know, I'm just giving them, giving them some game.
I like that term, swiping, but doing what you.
Because if you see a girl and she like you and you don't like her, you give it a swipe, and she'll know that you're not trying to approach her. You just give her a little swipe. Mm-hmm. But then if you give her a right swipe in real life, in person, she might give you a right swipe back, and then you walk up to her and you ask her like about the weather, or you know how to get to 5th Street or something like that, or what time it is. That always worked for me.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that's how I went to a random pizza place down 2nd Street, just seeing this nice little photographer chick in there, and just, I don't know, just started going at the bat, and then I'm not gonna say that like there was something afterwards, but you know, it's still good. Got to enjoy a pizza there, this, that, and the third. Like, enjoyed a quick little 15 minutes, and then, you know, just call it a day. But like I said, that's what I'm used to. Like, niggas just going on the internet, literally paying for the shit. And one, I'm gonna keep it a beam. Not all those chicks are even putting up. Like, you feel me?
Now look,
and it's like y'all still paying for it.
Hoes gotta eat too. I don't want to lose any of my hoe fans.
Look, it's called
Any of my OnlyFans
it's called Vegas, or if y'all out there in Cali, they on the blade.
But I'm on some shit like this. This is the type of shit I'm on. And no disrespect to my OnlyFans whole fans, but like going to a strip club, walking down the prettiest girl in the room, taking her to the back, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a lap dance, it don't have to be anything more than that. Just like you said, you know, when you met that girl, it's like y'all might have brightened each other's whole week, and that's it, just from the conversation. And that's what type of shit I'm on. Like, I'd rather see a chick in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Go to a lounge, go to a club, go to a nice little strip joint. I said, like you said, and you know, might be a couple no's, there might be a yeah right down the end.
Might be a hell yeah. You never know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The internet is cool though, because you can stack.
I ain't gonna lie, I had that hell yeah.
Yeah, you could stack up a lot of traffic if you're doing your online thing, right? You got some nice photos, something thoughtful, something very demure in the caption. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that you like to, you know, take walks and go bowling and shit.
Can we actually get like a proper breakdown of what demure means?
Can somebody Google it for me, please?
Or them or whatever, because I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I feel like a lot of people are using that word a lot, like hella wrong.
I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly. I'm just following the trend. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm Gary. You know, it's funny, and that's like that's another thing. It's so crazy, like how trend. Well, I'm not gonna lie, with those glasses, I feel like you're beating the trend. I feel like you're ahead of the trend with that.
Oh yeah, but I'm futuristic with it.
But I will say it like this: it's so crazy how with kids these days, how trend can easily go. You can just take something that nobody even knows and just like took one word, just started using it out of nowhere.
I think she trademarked very demure. That's like trademarking how you doing. You know what I mean? Like this, how you gonna trademark 2 words? But she did it. So she getting paper.
The definition is reserved, modest, and shy.
Okay. I'm demure sometimes when I'm around people that when I'm either observing or I'm like the center of attention. You know what I mean? I'm either just observing, just kind of like falling back, or I'm like, okay, it's stage time, it's jokey joke time, it's class clown time. You know what I mean? It might be time to, do some swiping. You know what I'm saying? It might be that type of time.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have me higher than giraffe nuts for no good reason. That might be my last hit for like this hour,
Nah, yeah, I'll say it like that, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna use the word like that because it's trendy, but I can definitely say I can be I mean, the public, they see me for being outgoing and all that stuff, but
yeah,
there are times I can be very, very, very modest when it comes to certain situations. But 9 times out of 10, I believed in try to be optimistic and stuff. But
yeah,
there are times where when you analyze situations, you have to be modest, stuff like that. So I definitely can understand the term a lot better. I'm just not going to use it.
Nah,
the way that people using it and don't even know what it means.
You don't want to overuse it. You can say demure probably about once a day. Any more than that, you just
It's like, oh, what am I saying it for?
Right. Then you just trying to be weird,
No, I'm just trying to be fake cool, as they call it.
Yeah, right.
and then that's another thing, like the whole like, and we had like a couple of discussions about it, last episode, just seeing the difference of like, social media and how things is, back then before, just seeing how do you see social media now, like where it's just taking, the next generation, honestly.
Social media has always say like human nature hasn't really changed, right?
It just evolved.
Right. 5,000 years, 100,000 years. Human nature is like exaggerated. You know what I mean? And so social media is like the hyped up version of our imagination. Everybody's all around you all the time. You know what I mean? It's insane. And you can always go live. You know what I mean? It's like that's a new kids of today won't understand. You used to have to be important to go live. You know what I mean? You used to have to like be either the president, the NFL football game, or the local news.
or the hottest rap or R&B sensation that's like
Yeah, if you the
walking the
hottest,
earth right now.
you on like MTV Request Live, you was live. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just go live. It's like we're going live. We are important. You know what I'm saying? We speaking for the culture.
You
You know
already
what I'm
know.
saying? But it's like it's a lot of people going live. They're probably just keep some shit to themselves.
Tell the truth. Tell the
And
truth.
some people go live saying things that don't add up. And they could have just kept their thoughts, you know, among a small group of people who could hear them, you know, within earshot, you know.
No, I'm gonna say it like this because and a couple people they see me express my thoughts recently about it. I actually even said it in a story today. Just for those who seen the story, just to give y'all a better insight. Because honestly, this is kind of what he just said. It's kind of how I feel because like a lot of these platforms, media, podcasts, like y'all just either saying shit that just should not have been said out your mouth, or the way that y'all putting out, excuse me, the way that y'all putting out some of these artists, y'all could be putting them out in a much better way, but y'all sitting there trying to destroy them, just make them look bad, and it's already bad enough that the majority of people that are on social media are going to believe everything that they see in an explore post.
True, true. And it's like the internet allows you to see every opinion, every fact, you know what I mean, allows you to see every viewpoint. But what it also does is it tracks everything you say and look for and look at and do, and it just kind of curates what you see. So people, they might think they have they have an open viewpoint, that they kind of have like a diversity of viewpoints, but they kind of keep getting fed the same type of stuff that the computer knows that they're looking for.
And in addition to that problem, it's so bro, like it's you go on an explore page, how many posts you see, just scrolling 2 3 times, it's so much that they can't tell the truth from a damn lie.
Yeah.
So it's like, cause see, it's one thing to have, all of the social media and everything all there, in your hand and your face and all that, but to know what's the truth and what's a lie, a lot of them can't even tell that no more.
Yeah. It's really helped and hurt the music industry too. It's like I never represent. How many times when you were scrolling did you hear that same junk? That's more than the radio.
I still do sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
When I post clips on TikTok, it be clips every now and then that has that song.
It's like the songs that get popular, with sounds.
And shout out to Tommy Richmond because the I Know song. Trust me, I'm definitely.
It's a good song.
I be playing that in the house.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And
the thing is, it's a good song from beginning to end. And like, but you've heard that one part so many times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That like before I even heard the whole song, I'd heard that and I thought the whole song was like that. Mm-hmm. Then I listened to more. I'm like, yo, there's more to it. So just picking the part that you think is gonna go viral is the most important part of marketing.
Yeah, because to be honest, I literally right before you guys showed up, and I was just going through clips today, just posting clips and stuff. Literally right before you guys stopped by, I had just posted a clip. Shout out my guy Kumo T. He was just talking about how he thinks music videos are slowing down.
I got tired of wearing them.
Too much. Hey, look, I'm gonna just.
It's hot under these glasses, man. This should produce heat.
I'm gonna just say it like this, ladies, they might go crazy for a second, like, oh, you took the glasses off, but.
I felt like I'm Cyclops behind these. I felt like if I really wanted to, I could have took out this whole building.
I ain't gonna lie, they look like the inverted Frozone glasses.
I felt like I was Frozone, like I'm the coldest motherfucker ever,
But yeah, back to
what was you saying?
Yeah. So shout out my guy Kamosi. He had spoke on the podcast recently. I had him here a couple weeks ago, and he feels like music videos are slowing down because it seems like everybody just wants content.
Yeah.
So, as you said, really, you feel like it messed up the industry. He feels like it's slowing down music videos. So, for your fans, do your fans prefer the content more, or would they rather wait it out for you to actually drop that actual cinematography.
You know, when I was growing up, the thing I liked doing the most was going to the movies. And I think of every song that I
That's something I
do
still love to do.
like a movie. Yeah, yeah. It's the most fun. And every song I do, I think of it like a movie and I think of it fitting into a movie. And so when I was, co-directing videos with my boy Ish, shout out to my boy Ish Music. When I was co-directing videos with him, being on set was so much fun. And taking the time. Like I know it takes a lot of time to do short form content too, but like taking the time to really set up the colors, the lighting, not even just on set, but before the set, taking the time to have these meetings and talk about how, the color and the timing and the lighting and the acting and the music have all got to go together. Talking about how each one of those things has to align. And I see a lot of great short form content people are trying to do that too.
And the one thing I was about to acknowledge is I'm not gonna say it's a lot of y'all, and I really can't put out names right now because I would have to go through my,
you don't want to play favorites while we live. You're gonna forget somebody.
Favorites. I just don't want to take the time to go through like my saved videos and stuff. I'll probably do that another day. But there are content creators out there who are, like you said, the same way we were discussing back then on our very first episode, how you and Sonny would take the time to, y'all would literally be there the whole day putting everything together, the photography, the lighting,
yeah,
makeup, clothing, everything.
Yeah.
There are content creators out here, and even though they're only putting out maybe a minute 45 seconds of content,
they put their whole back into that minute. You know what I'm saying?
Though I'm not gonna lie, it may cost more for them, but they are the ones who are going to last longer.
Yeah,
they are the ones who I feel like who are going to last longer. It is more money for them. I do understand the investment, but to y'all out there who are doing that, I feel like y'all going to last more in the long run because right now we're in this era of content creation. Oversaturation is an overstatement, actually, to be honest. So for me, 2025, what I'm looking at is, okay, who's going to have the best content? That's all it's going to be now. That's the contest.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it, but who's going to have the best content?
Yeah. And just, creativity, the more you use it, the more of it you get. You know what I mean? But I also feel like collaboration is what makes it even more like infinite. You can run out, me and you could run out of things to say, like even to each other. But if it was 4 or 5, people here and we was all having conversation, like the more people that you have contributing, the more infinite it becomes. Definitely. So you gotta, if you have a good team, be good to your team.
No, look, that's definitely one thing that people do forget. I see a lot of people, because like even people who I wouldn't even call as a team no more, there are still great people who I've come across in my career who I still consider to have a good bond with because, like you said, like even though we're not a team no more, when we were a team, we definitely valued our time. Mm-hmm. So those out there, like don't just look at that person that you're working with all the time like, oh, okay, like we here to, no, like actually value the craft, but also value the time that y'all actually, spending with this shit. Because at the end of the day, like I said, y'all gonna have to deal with each other, so y'all might as well just learn the flaws, learn the good, learn the bad.
True.
Shit ain't gonna be perfect. Trust me. I'm pretty sure y'all have times on set where. And I'm pretty sure y'all had disagreements in agreement, where, like I said, shit's not perfect on the set. I'll let you even explain the story where, like, y'all had to, figure something out.
It's fun, you know what I mean? But it's also, we're so passionate about our ideas. Mm-hmm. We're so passionate about our visions. And we want to have a collective vision, you know what I mean? And so, well, which idea is the best? You know what I mean? And we like to A/B test. We like to A/B test, just listen to it both ways or watch it both ways. See how we feel. We like to test it with people that we trust. If someone else is on set, hey, what do you think about this? Or if someone else just, you know what I mean? Husband, wife, or, whoever's on the team, like our extended very, very close circle. You know what I mean? can be a big part of what makes that decision. But the thing that I feel is above anything, above like whether I agree or whether, my girl agrees or whatever, is like, does it serve the story? What is the story?
Mm.
Whatever serves the story best, whether it be the length of the song, you know what I mean? Whether it be if it fades to black at the end of the video, every single detail is about how it serves the story. And so we argue, we go back and forth. You know what I mean? We butt heads. You know what I mean?
It gets like that.
We butt heads.
Especially when everybody sees like, oh, but I could see it this way. Oh, but I could see it this way,
And very confident. It's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's very confident. No, this is, if we do it this way, we're gonna blow everybody's mind. You know what I'm saying? If we do it this way, we're gonna capture this moment. And I feel, and so sometimes, very often, when they explain what they see, then I start to see it. You know what I mean? Like they explain what they see in their mind, and they're like, just imagine if we had this effect, something that I wasn't even going for. Just imagine if like we caught him by surprise here and didn't do what was expected. And I'm like, I don't like it, man. It doesn't fit. He's like, no. Think of it like this. And we'll explain stuff to each other. I'll have my way of explaining things. I'm like, I want to hear like lightning ricocheting off a pool of slick like motor oil. I'll say some shit like that. You know exactly what I mean. And he'll say something like, he'll say something like, no. You want the party to keep going. So I'm like, I wanted the song to stop like this. He said, no. And so sometimes like it gets explained to me in a way that's like, bro, you was right. I was wrong. And especially when we A/B test, that's why we have to test everything. We A/B test it instead of me just imagining if he was right and I was wrong. And sometimes I'm like, bro, I'm so glad I tried it your way. You know what I mean? I'm so glad I wasn't stubborn. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely had those, especially when I used to engineer music. So me personally, like I definitely like my homie would be like, nah, bro, you should definitely do this, that, and the third right here. I said like, you know what? Let me try that. I remember a friend of mine, he had like an 8-bar on this group song we did. I'm gonna keep it a bean. The song was like probably almost 4 minutes. So where he had his original part at was probably somewhere in like the 3rd minute. But when we started experimenting with it, it became the intro of the song. Let a 4-bar sequence play. And then his part came up. I said, this sounds way better. I don't know why we got it at the end over there.
Sometimes a mistake will lead you to something you didn't do on purpose. I wouldn't say a mistake. I don't want to speak like that. But definitely something that you didn't mean to do. But like that little surprise, that little thing that takes you off the course that you was on can make the whole thing rock. And sometimes it's even like your limitations. You know what I mean? Like,
no, one thing I've learned, because, and for most engineers and producers, real nigga shit, I can't tell y'all how y'all came up, but me personally, I came from the basement.
Yeah.
So, me personally, I have so many, and like I said, you thought we was talking crazy female stories back then on our first episode. Matter of fact, no. Because I'm not gonna lie, I told myself I would save this one. I would save this story for when we would do our second episode. So no. Look. We already knew this story's coming. So like, and if anybody wants to search up the song on SoundCloud, it's called "If It Wasn't For." I'll probably put it in the description or something.
Yeah, post the link.
But back to the story. So. And shout out to my boy Sean Blue. Shout out to my boy Mug, because they're on it too. So originally we were in the basement. I had brought them for the session, and I think originally the plan I was just gonna do the verse in the beginning, and then I guess Sean would do the hook, and then Mug would do like the verses. And one, my boy Sean Blue, he came late as shit on his bougie ass on some shit. So he came late as shit to the session. So like, I'm just sitting here like, okay, let me just record this first verse, and then I guess we'll record your part right here.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, hour later, he just comes down and says, all right, I'm ready. I got to record my shit. I got a show to do. I'm like, oh god. But it's like this, my boy. Like, and he had a, you know how you go. You understand how it is when you go on your run of shows and you can barely. You're not in one place. You understand how that goes.
I know exactly what you mean.
So that's my bro, and I understood. So it's like, but he literally did the hook, the bridge, the verse, and then overlaid it literally all on a one loop tape.
Damn.
And then left. Like literally when I did the first wave stem recording, I did the hook, the verse, the bridge, all that in one take. All right, go again. They just did like all his overlays and stuff all on that next take. I literally watched him do the shit in 10 minutes. I'm like, and then he just
he must have been practicing upstairs.
You want to know the funny part? I think I sent them the beat last minute because I know Mug was still writing his verse while he was in the basement. I had just finished writing my verse by the time I got there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was still like it was a planned but last minute kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he tell me, all right, I'm out. I'm like,
it's an energy when it's spontaneous. Sometimes like you flowing, you know what I mean? You're not on the like, you're not falling behind. You're not ahead of it. You flowing with it.
Now here's the kicker. The original way the song was recorded, as I just told the story, it's all over the place. Now, there was a girl who I had a crush on. We was all in the basement. It was like a party of us. It's like a whole party of us in the basement. And the chick that I was crushing on, she was there too. So I'm sitting there trying to figure everything out. How the fuck am I going to arrange this? How the fuck am I going to... She just came right on my left shoulder. Oh, put this here, put that there. Put this here, put that there, put this here.
That no homo, like, did that turn you on though? Like, did that make your crush like 10x?
Once I heard it, the next thing I said in my mind was, holy Jesus crackers.
Yeah, creative chicks is definitely my type.
Yeah,
if I got a type, it's creative chicks.
But the funny part is like, she didn't sing.
Oh yeah,
that's the funny part. She didn't sing or nothing. It just, put this there, that sounds good here, that sounds good there.
Now was she like a studio? She just had the instinct.
Like it's like we were all just friends who came up,
Yeah.
It's like,
so she came up in the scene though, just hanging out in the studio, like, so she know what the...
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, yeah, definitely. That's how we all came up. We all, we all know, like, trust me, bro. Like, and definitely shout out to, all of our friends that came up that are definitely doing great. But yeah, we all definitely came up around a music, family. Even though we're all from different families, everybody ironically came up in music.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. That's how everybody like in our hood was. Like half of us literally came up off music, and our families did too.
Yeah, me too.
Like even
almost everybody in my family is an artist of some kind.
Yeah, so like even down like my stepfather, he grew up with what's his name, Master Ace. So.
Oh damn.
That's good. Yeah, that's what I said. So it's like music was just definitely all around, bro. So for me, it's like, and to be honest, we've been we're speaking about music. And we definitely had a chance to discuss songs like, Hot Button. We had a chance to discuss songs like Deja Vu.
Yeah.
But recently I call it an evolution shift because it's like the evolution was definitely already there before the release of this song, but when you put out this new single, "Don't Tease Me," it just seems like you're just in a whole new dimension
Mm.
with it. So, to be honest, I really need to understand the process of
Thank you.
of how this happened.
I did a writing challenge. I
Hold
went
on, AB, write this down.
I went from 10 pages a day to 30 pages a day. This was during the pandemic at one time that I was in between jobs. I had time,
Mm.
had a little time to write at that point. I had income, but I was in between jobs, and I wrote 30 pages, and then after that, I wrote 30 verses. So each page it was just rambling. You know what I mean? Just rambling.
Like haikus and type shit.
Yeah, just anything that came to mind, just rhyming. The verses was like each verse had to be something. It could be a story, it could just be me talking shit, but it had to be a self-contained thing. So
It had to stand for something.
yeah, 16, right? I just wanted to exercise. I needed exercise, you know. I was alone a lot. You know what I mean? I didn't have nobody to jam with. I was lonely. And then
It gets like that.
and then the next challenge was to write one song.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down and I wrote this song in like 10 minutes. And then I've been trying to find the best way to do that song. I did a reggae version, I did a house version, I did like a punk version.
So just for the fans, what year did you write this song?
I wrote this song in 2020.
So you just dropped this today's Saturday. So you just dropped this
Yesterday,
yesterday,
Friday the 13th.
and you wrote this 4 years ago. That's insane.
It was
my bad.
a certain moment where the production
Mm-hmm.
really worked. It was a song that like I very spontaneously changed directions.
Yeah, I'm curious. How many beats did you go through before you finally decided this was the one? You had to go through.
I made that. You know what I mean? I sat down and I was like in a dancey mood. You know, I was just in the mood. I like to go clubbing. I like to, you know, twirl glow sticks and shit.
No, I'll say it like this. shout out to the ones that party.
Yeah.
Y'all keep the music alive and keep the money in the pockets.
Yeah, absolutely.
But trust me, like a lot of people really like when people give those fans that go to the concerts and stuff appreciation. What about the ones that go to the parties and turn up and get drunk and damn near probably get into a fight, shroomed up, on acid, high, about to get ready to throw up in the middle of a mosh pit or whatever, raving and raging their ass off, shit like that, literally. Like, where's the appreciation to those fans for the people who spend those records every night?
I still need to go to a few festivals, like camp out for days. I did I went to like maybe like a 2 or 3 day one.
I'm gonna say you ain't do nothing like Burning Man yet.
I haven't done Burning Man. I'm missing out on a lot, man. You done Burning Man?
I'm scared.
You scared? It's too many. I'm
gonna keep it a bean. I ain't get past the trying shroom stage yet.
You didn't get past that stage?
I've had like chocolate shroom bars, but like after my experience at a 5-course dinner, I kind of just don't go back. You know, it wasn't bad, but it's like you just don't want to be too geeked up at a 5-star dinner, you know, with important people. You feel me?
Nah, not at all. I made that mistake a couple of times, just being high. You know what I mean? Being high as shit at places where like if you was a little more level headed, you know.
I mean, and shout out the homie. The homie was with me, but he was the one like, come on, bro, just 2 pieces. They ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah.
Was you seeing stuff? Or is you just like everything was kind of, you know?
It was like everybody around me was talking, and I was just laughing.
Yeah,
it was that phase.
Yeah.
Like everybody just talking. I'm just like the whole time. Like I'm like, yeah.
You know, what's a place that you should never do shrooms? The zoo.
Wait, what?
The zoo. For me, never again.
I need to hear this.
Never again. Now, I've always felt like on shrooms I could talk to animals. It's not even just that you can talk to them, but like they can talk to you. It's like the movies.
Mullo, write this down.
Yeah. So I'm going through, you know what I mean? And monkeys, there's so much. Their faces are so much like ours. With their facial expressions, are so much like ours. Like a dog can frown. You can make a dog sad.
I fear where this is going.
Like a dog can frown, but have you ever had a monkey frown at you, bro, and look at you in your eyes, and he knows that that he doesn't like being a prisoner? The monkey looked me right in my eyes. He was like, "Yo."
I mean, honestly, like,
say something, man.
The fucked up part is like animal facial expression is like something that I kind of understand. So even without being on shrooms, it's like I can look at an animal and just tell like, oh yeah, they probably don't. Okay, so yeah, off shrooms personally, yeah, I probably would have.
It was too much.
I probably would have ran. I probably would have ran and freaked out.
I wanted to save the animals. I wanted to unlock the cages and shit.
Oh, it's about to be one of those episodes.
Just so they could be free, but where are they gonna go? I don't want them wandering through the Walmart like knocking shit over, eating children and shit.
We already got horses in the hood. So
we got horses. We don't need nothing bigger than that.
We got horses in the hood already. So we don't. We kind of we can keep that. We can keep them at the zoo for right now.
Yeah.
So.
You ever rode a horse?
It's probably been years. It's probably been like a good decade since then. Probably back when I did family time, but I'm gonna keep it a bean. I don't really get along with animals like that. Like I said, that's without shrooms. I don't really. Yeah. I got one cat at home, and that's it. That's how I look at it.
Horses are mean.
Huh?
Horses are mean.
Well, I'm gonna just say it like this: the one that I dealt with wasn't mean, so I'll say like
that you can tame them and they'll cooperate, but if they're mad at you, they're mean. Horse will kick you right in the face.
That's what I'm saying. See, I didn't have that issue.
Well, horse will kick you right in your kneecap. mess up your whole weekend.
All I'm gonna say is the horse I dealt with. I don't know your name, but. Cause I ain't had no problems.
He was cool. He was a cool horse. That's good.
Yeah. No, I had no problems.
I rode a horse that was still in training. He wasn't fully domesticated. I was in Nashville, right?
The horse had PTSD.
I was having a good time. I stayed out there for a couple months. I went horse riding with the guitar playing friend of mine and this cowboy who just like he's got a whole stable. We riding horses and shit. My horse just decides at one point to turn around from where I was taking him, just bolt the other way. I'm talking full speed. He was full speed. Young horse, full of energy, had the zoomies, full speed. I'm falling off the horse. I got one foot in the stirrup. I got one leg up in the air with my cheeks getting clapped. No diddy. I'm getting clapped. I'm getting clapped by the saddle. Pop, 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 pop. All in my in between area.
Sounds like a Kevin Hart story.
It was fucking painful. I'm bouncing off this horse. I finally get back on the horse. I get back, still full speed, but I was able to like just stabilize myself. I'm back on the horse. Still full speed. Still getting clapped, but I'm doing it the right way. You know what I mean? I'm riding. He gets to the end of the field. He just wanted to say hi to his girlfriend. He said hi to his horse girlfriend. He was kind of showing off, I got somebody on my back, He's kind of showing off. And then he would listen. After that, he was cool. But he was wild. It's a wild ass horse, man.
So that's why, because he just wanted to see the.
It was the call of the wild.
No, he said fuck you.
He almost had me on the ground, bro.
He ain't give a damn what happened to you.
I almost got trampled. But this guy was cool. He country boy. He only ate wild game. If he didn't shoot it, he wouldn't eat it. He wouldn't go to the store and get no roast beef and no ham. Nah, man. Elks, deer. What else they have out there? Moose.
I was about to ask, do they have good food out there in Nashville?
Oh, hell yeah. They got the barbecue. They got grubbing, man. We grubbing down in Nashville, man.
What was your favorite meal down there?
I had some street food that just like long night.
Like street food? Like from a truck?
Yeah, street hot dogs, sausages and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like just anything, burgers, barbecue, brisket, all the bees. You know what I'm saying? All the bees. But yeah, like
How would you rate the brisket? I am a brisket person.
me too, man. I mean, Nashville is a tourist city. When people come through, they stay for a week or month. You know what I mean? A lot of music, a lot of people out. So the food is like it's meant for, you know what I'm saying? It's meant for getting you pop back into motion. It's tasty, it's zesty, it's flavorful, it's spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like the food in Nashville is party food. You know what I'm saying? It get you back in your zone, but it'll also fill you up. You know what I mean? Fill you up, give you energy, man.
No, definitely. And have you when you performed out in Nashville, was the crowd like very receptive of the music?
Yeah, I play some blues.
Mm.
I play some blues. It's not all country. It's probably maybe 50% country, which is still more than like what you would find anywhere else. You know what I mean? Or at least out on the East Coast, it's like probably 50-60% country.
Yeah, I'm used to city life.
A lot of
City,
country.
city boy.
Yeah, a lot of country. But then like still more R&B artists than almost any other city in the world,
Mm.
and more rappers and more like blues guys and more jazz guys. Like there's so many musicians.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
You
A
know.
couple of my favorite producers, Ducker McFly, he's originally
Mm.
from Nashville. That's one of my favorite producers of all time. So
Yeah, Nashville's
definitely
cool.
understand. And speaking of performing outside of the tri-state and stuff, what are some other great places? I know you've been out California because actually the last interview we had, you was actually going to California like right after that. So
Yeah,
what's some of the California experiences you can get to people?
Cali's cool, man. I've hung out in L.A., San Diego, the Bay, Oakland and San Francisco, and a little bit in the middle. I guess a little bit in the middle, but they got the herb out there. You know what I mean?
What's the best food out there? And please don't say In and Out, bro.
I mean,
Everybody wants to say In and Out. I need a real answer.
In and Out was like Five Guys before there was Five Guys. In and Out is tough, but I mean they got Mexican food out there that'll blow your mind, man. They got
Now we got a real answer.
yeah, and I went to a steak spot out in the country, out like Topanga. It's a little steak spot. They're only open, I think maybe 2-3 days a week. It might be like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it's like that, something like that. And you can get the biggest, juiciest steak in the fucking world, man, with a baked potato almost the size of a fucking NFL football, man, with all the toppings. And it's like, that shit'll feed you for like 3 days.
Good. So
Woo.
Topanga might have to be the first stop. That might have to be the first stop.
I didn't really eat all day, man. I've been just running,
Nah, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna lie. And then like Topanga, so that's a steak spot. Now the Mexican food. Go back. Like, what was like your favorite Mexican dish when you was out there?
They had fruit on the side of the road with cayenne pepper in it, man. They'll take like cantaloupe and like fruit salad, and they'll put like salt, cayenne pepper, and like some other ingredient. It might have been like a little bit of vinegar or something, but it turned a fruit salad into like it almost was like a whole meal. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like eating a fruit salad and a bag of chips at the same time. It was just like it fill you up. You know what I mean? That was cool. I mean, Mexican food, like Mexican food. I went to a spot, De La Noche or something like that.
De La Noche.
It's night and day. I think Sola Noche or something like that. I gotta find it. And oh my goodness, I went to that taco spot, bro. I felt like I've never been to Mexico. I felt like I was in Mexico.
Mm.
It was Mexicans, you know what I mean? It was Mexicans in the kitchen. It was Mexicans in the office. It was Mexicans.
So it was a real.
It was a
authentic
Mexican. It was a Mexican spot. You know what I'm saying? But it was fancy. You know what I mean?
No, that was no. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you one thing, bro. And there are great places where people actually know how to cook the food.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but restaurants are a lot more authentic when you actually have the people who traditionally cook it.
I feel like the chefs there probably live in Mexico and commute here every day for work.
No, and that could be the possibility.
Because Mexico's not
but-
that far when you're in LA. You
but
go to
that-
Tijuana.
but
You know?
like I said, for them traditionally using the food, because it's like I said, it's no disrespect. I know there's plenty of places where people outside the race and all that, they actually know how to cook the food. By thank God. But
You ever had a cheesesteak outside of Philly? That was bomb. Tell me about it. Rap with me.
There's only one place where I've had a real decent cheesesteak. That's right across the bridge in Jersey.
That's it? That's as far as you went?
No, I'm gonna say, bro.
It was nice though.
Bro,
But you never had like a bomb ass cheesesteak in like the middle of Timbuktu, you know?
It's hard to, bro. When you're a Philly nigga and you had a real great ass cheesesteak,
Yeah.
I'm hard to impress.
When I went to DC for college, my freshman year, there was a cheesesteak spot right across the street from campus.
What college?
Howard.
Howard.
Down in DC. Right across the street from campus. And let me tell you, man, she had the water ice, she had the pretzels, and she had the cheesesteaks, and she had the funnel cake, and she had this half smokes. That's a DC thing. That's just a big sausage. Like she had it all. And I think she might even have had beef patties too, but I might be getting confused. But like the cheesesteak was real. I said, how you get that cheesesteak like that? She said, I'm from Philly. I just live here.
That's why cheat code. See, that's the thing. DC, y'all using cheat codes. That's the thing.
She's like, I just moved here last year.
I'm thinking she from DC.
Because the DC cheesesteak ain't the same. It's not the same.
That's what I'm saying.
They call it a steak and cheese. They call it a steak and cheese. It got a whole different consistency. It's good, but it's not the same thing.
And you see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like like I said, Jersey, Northside Camden. I think it's either 6th or 7th Street. It's in the hood. I don't even know if they're still open, but shout out to Mama Lulu and shout out to Papa Tony.
She probably live in Philly and just commute there, man.
No, Mama Lulu and Papa Tony.
No, they didn't. I mean, because South Jersey and Philly, they got the same, you know.
They knew my grandma and my father before I was even born. That's how long they were in business.
Oh wow.
They knew my pop and my grandmother.
Yeah, Jersey got the hoagies, they got the cheesesteaks. Shout out to Jersey, man.
When I went there, inside the hood and went there to Mama Lulu and Papa Tony's for that cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I crossed the bridge.
You ever had pizza in Chicago? That's that deep dish junk?
I've had deep dish, but I haven't had it from Chicago yet.
I had it in Chicago one time. It was intense, man. It's like it's like the cheese and the tomato and the dough is all sort of baked into one big gooey section. It's tasty. It's nice, but it was kind of too heavy for me. Like
I'm Gary.
After 2 slices, I was like, shit, man.
Well, I'm gonna say the way that sounds, that just seems a little too like.
I wasn't used to it.
Yeah, no, like that's too much. Like, I mean, maybe a little light on it, but yeah, like you said, like 1 or 2 slices, like yeah, I'm good. I don't need that.
It was heavy, man. We couldn't finish it. It was a whole team of us. We couldn't finish it.
A whole team of y'all couldn't finish it?
Yeah, it was like 6 of us, man. We got a big ass pizza.
Oh, that's insane. That's insane. But this is Chicago. So have you had any great food outside of the country?
Oh man. Best steak I've ever had was in Africa. Yeah. I was in Niger, as they say. Niger, as we say over here. And they had a French restaurant. Really like fancy French food, but like the mangoes there is something else. You know what I'm saying? The beef there is not like American beef, European beef. They got some of the best cattle in that whole region. They were known for their cattle. So I had a steak there to, you know what I'm saying? I talk about steak the way like some people talk about cars. Like I fucking
look, this is the
I fucking love steak, man.
This is the show.
I like to eat, man. I'm getting the munchies right now. This shit is like this. I like to eat, man.
This is the show. Look,
best steak. It was a pepper steak. So it was like boom, bam, flavors, boom. Not like American steak, salt, butter.
Real authentic, like
I'm talking pepper steak.
What kind of pepper? Like was it like a chili pepper, ghost pepper, cayenne?
It was like a cayenne, but it was like it had a. I'm trying to describe the taste, but it's hard. But it's just know that it was good. It was good and it was spicy, and it had a different consistency than the beef here. You know what I'm saying? So best. I mean, yeah, but like street food. You know what I mean? I had a cheesesteak in Africa that was on point. That joint was good.
Africa, are y'all using cheat codes too?
Yo.
Look, it's nothing wrong with it. If niggas,
They were watching Smack DVDs.
Bro, I'm gonna say, with the way the world is going to hell, if niggas want to leave the country and go to Africa and go make cheesesteaks, then I say Ashimana Ashimana.
Hallelujah. It was actually one of the better cheesesteaks outside of Philly that I've ever had. I would even say if it was a Philly cheesesteak, it'd just be a little different. Every cheesesteak a little different. You can't hate on one versus the other.
To be my guy when I go to Africa.
Are you a cheese whiz guy? Do you put cheese whiz on steaks?
Not really a cheese whiz person.
No.
Me personally, I like white cheddar. Some say American. I say white cheddar. It's whatever, it's the same shit. But
yeah,
pepper jack. See, because some people, they don't be having fresh Cooper cheese.
You gotta get the good cheese.
So no, if it's like fresh,
yeah,
I might take Cooper cheese. But
okay,
pepper jack is more likely the first choice.
I like getting pizza steak. If it's a good pizza shop and a good steak spot at the same time, make a pizza steak that'll change the whole direction of your day.
No, I'm not gonna lie. There used to be a spot around the corner when I used to live in West, but they closed down. They actually used to do that too.
Yeah,
I used to get one from them like every week.
I one time got a pizza steak though at a place that's not a pizza shop, just a steak shop, and I was like, nah, it ain't the right technique. There's a certain technique that the pizza guys understand to make the pizza steak special. It's not like any other steak. I'm so hungry. Like first thing we're gonna do is eat as soon as it's over.
No, I'm not gonna lie, and this is probably gonna be the last question I'm gonna say about food, but because we both right here in Philly, we see a lot of new.
I'm looking at the Skittles box. I'm about to eat the Skittles, bro. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I'm gonna say that's actually the weed in here. But honestly, bro, like what we in Philly. You see all this construction. You see all this shit going on. You see all the new food spots and all this shit that's out here. So, me personally speaking, what can you say are some of the best spots out here that you've eaten at? Ooh. He said, "Wait, let me hit this weed and think real quick."
Yeah, I gotta think about that. What was that spot called in Germantown? I used to eat at this Swamp spot in Germantown. And they had a lot of shows there, a lot of jazz shows. Now I'm forgetting the name, I'm fucking up. But it's had a lot of different owners. It's had a lot of different names. And they had a brunch there. Sunday morning. Yeah.
You know exactly where at in Germantown? So I gotta
look it up for you because I forget the address now. I used to go there often, but I forget the address now. Now I'm forgetting the name. I'm having a brain fart, but like we used to perform there. Me, Ish, Chris Mincy, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people used to perform there. I go on little dates there, you know what I'm saying? When I had a food budget, like I had a job where I had a food budget. And like it paid me for like they would comp my meals and shit, you know what I'm saying? And like if I was in Philly, bro, and I had time and I was flying out on a Sunday, they give you food budget for like even the days that you're traveling. If I was flying out on a Sunday, bro, I'd take my little American Express, bro. I went down to Relish. That's what it was called.
Relish. Oh,
yes!
Yeah. Yo,
it's not even like, is it even still a restaurant now? Because it changed hands like twice since it's been Relish.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah. But that was my fucking spot.
That you went, yeah, probably like 3 times.
That was my fucking spot, man.
Yeah, nah. I'm Gary say you said they had brunch there. What was the best thing you had there at the brunch?
Bro, they had the fruit was like the quality fruit. You know what I'm saying? Omelets, big old chunks, onions and pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like big hearty shit, man.
Mm.
Pancakes and crepes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they had the best brunch I've ever had, man. That shit was so good.
Yeah, no, that's dang, child. Like you said, yeah, it's about been 2-3 times since they changed that shit.
Relish, man.
That's insane. But and honestly, like I said, I'm glad I'm glad you actually said like Philly because like, you know, the very last thing that I want to talk about because I've been paying attention and I do begin the emails because I do have the email subscription. So luckily, thanks to that, I am able to still keep up even though I don't attend. But Philly Create
Yeah.
is something that you've been taking your time to actually, you've been a part of. You've helped some content creators, get some stuff out with you. So, to be honest, what's your testimony with Philly Create, and how can you really best describe them?
It's cool, man. I heard about it. I saw it. Sam reached out to me. He wanted me to perform. I think he met me at another show that I did, like with Sonny,
Mm-hmm.
and so we both performed there. We actually it was like I think it was Juneteenth. Um, Big photo shoot, rented out the mansion, indoor photos, outdoor photos, climbing trees. You know what I mean? It was crazy. They brought a horse, man. They brought a horse to the photo shoot. We was taking turns riding the horse, taking photos, man. This shit was so.
Mm.
Me and Sonny performed. It was fucking beautiful, man. And that was kind of like the beginning of me and Sonny playing together too, for real. And so I've gone state to state with her, like performed a bunch of shows. I'm actually performing with her on Tuesday, Camden. You know what I mean? So yeah, like it's been a lot of great partnerships that came out of that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm gonna say, I think the number now, which are on like 38.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Did you see the last one, the Golden Hour?
Yeah, I
Joint
did.
sight.
I just forgot the number. I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
like it's either 38 or 30. Look,
He
just
consistent.
just look, just correct me. Just correct me,
He
y'all.
consistent.
But I feel like it's 38. I feel
Yeah.
like it's 38 that either just passed or that's about to be the next one.
Great,
So
great images. It's a really cool meetup. Um, Great photographers. You know what I mean? Great models. I went to one where there
but
was a
that's
lot of
great though. Like
designers.
over 30 consistent runs of just creators and content.
Yeah.
Like not even just content creators, but photographers, videographers, fashion designers, singers, rappers, literally people from every different part of the culture
Yeah.
just coming together in one.
Yeah, definitely. It's
That's the
it's a
that's the
blessing.
that's what I really respect about Philly Create. And then
Yeah, it's a
like
blessing.
it's progressing. It's to me that's one of like the biggest movements that I'm looking at in Philly right now because the unionization is not just oh we're gonna make a movement this that, and the third and we're gonna try to make a file and make money. No, everybody actually comes together and they actually enjoy and value each other.
Hmm.
That's what I respect and see about Philly Create. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like you just meet so many people that you may not have ever met. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like a lot of familiar faces. Other stuff that I do when I'm out doing shows is like I see people from Philly creating, and we had a special moment where it was so spontaneous. You know what I mean? Like walking through, a photographer just flag you down, just boom, 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 boom. Just like how we were saying, like with the limitations, like
mm-hmm.
we might have 3 hours to get together. You might have 3 hours with probably more creative people in one place than like you've ever been. You know what I mean? And different kinds of different visuals. So you got okay. How do I get the shot? You know what I mean? I'm only get one picture out of this whole 3 hours. It might be just be one. It could be 40, but it might just be one shot. Where is the shot? What is the shot?
Definitely shout out to Type R Tracy. I know he's definitely give people pointers with his contributes too.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause that's how I really found out about Philly Create. Shout out my guy Type R Tracy. He was doing some photography work with PC, and
yeah.
I started paying attention. And I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. And trust me, knowing him that he's a part of it, I'm like, oh yeah, That's how I know something good's going on. So, and
Yeah.
to be honest, you know, we've talked about the shows, talked about the venues, talked about good food, talked about Philly Create. But what's next for him?
What's next for Zim? I got a few more things coming down the assembly line. But right now I'm going back on tour in November, East Coast with the burlesque show, Sweet Spot.
Mm.
Um I got
Ladies,
this.
have y'all merch ready for autographs?
Yeah, I'm getting my body right, you know. I got 30 days to get my life together. And I just dropped a song yesterday.
Take it easy, y'all.
Take it easy, don't tease me, you know. Um it's a song about second chances, you know, and it's a song about it's a song. It was also a song about spontaneity, you know. It's a song about how like
I might have to send it to somebody.
yeah. It's a song about how like at any given moment you might jump right back, you know, like as intensely as it started, and it might be for the best. Sometimes after something break off for a little bit, you jump back on it with the intensity of like, nah, we're gonna make it work, and that's what the song's all about.
Nah, big facts. Make sure y'all stream that. And hopefully, and definitely shout out to, who is fire. Hopefully, by the time this episode's out, Shaq would have heard that already.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely.
Shout out to Shaq.
Yeah, definitely shout out to who was fire. Definitely shout out to them for reviewing the song literally the day after it came out. They're definitely on it. They definitely know good music. So, like I said, so we got that going back on tour. So, one thing that I gotta ask, because I know a lot of artists that are still, they're not at that phase yet for going on tour. So let's just say for that up and coming artist that might just be going on tour next year, 2025, what will be the best way for them to prep?
Get your mind right, get your routine right, get your nourishment right. You know what I mean? Little things get called big problems when you're on the road. You know, and just be flexible. You know, be flexible on the road. Things happen. You know, sometimes it's a great surprise. You know, sometimes it's just everything that we thought was planned out. Okay, new plan starting right now. You know, you gotta be able to roll with the punches. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely, because what you thought might have been a smooth ride might go into a wreck, and you gotta be ready for that. Personally,
Yeah.
like I ain't been on craziest tour, but shit, I've done a few shows. I've seen things on road. Gotta be ready.
What's the farthest that you've been performing?
Performing, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I ain't performed rap wise in years, but content creating, the furthest I've gone. Did I content create that year in Florida? I probably lost that footage.
See, the road is crazy, man.
But other than that, like that I have documented, I'll probably say Baltimore.
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 I like performing in Baltimore.
Like I said, probably Florida, but I feel like I think I lost that phone, or I lost the phone. I remember I got too drunk out Atlantic City and I fucking lost the phone. That's what happened.
Shit. Yeah, it's crazy on the road, man. I had somebody lose my hard drive on the road.
No, I'm gonna say it like this: the Wet Willies, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wet Willies.
Wet Willies and
Never been there.
Oh yeah, you go out AC. Go to Wet Willies. Just be careful. Don't get too drunk.
I'm gonna keep it like right here. Very
This shit.
very mindful.
Like, bro, it don't taste like a drink.
Yeah.
But it's mad. Oh,
it's just sneak up. Fuck you up.
It's my homegirl. Like I got so fucking tore up. And my homegirl, she shared the drink with me. That's the crazy part. Like we shared the drink. Like we had like one of those like big ass cups with like the 2 straws. We shared the drink.
Yeah.
Got so fucking.
It's too much. It was
bro,
for, it was
bro,
for,
I got so
people.
tore. I lost my phone in the next Uber.
Damn.
I lost my phone in the next Uber.
That sucks.
because I'm waking up the next morning. I'm like, yo, where my phone? I told my bro, yo, check the stories, check my Snapchat. Last thing I remember was a video in the Uber.
Mm.
I'm like,
That's salty.
gone.
That's salty. Yeah, it sucks when you lose stuff, but back it up with the cloud and whatnot. Try to keep. You know what I mean? You gotta get you know, gotta
Nah,
get.
big facts. So last thing I want to ask for, for you, because I always ask creatives this, and definitely because I feel like this could be something for all creatives. What's the final piece of advice that you would give all the artists out there in the world for those who are on the come up?
The final piece of advice for all the artists. I feel like I'm Moses on top of a mountain. I gotta say something meaningful. This is the most important thing about being an artist. Have fun. You know, like if it's you gotta have the discipline and do it when it's not fun, but just make sure that you don't forget that this is fun. You know what I mean? And um, when as long as you're still, that's when you're in the flow state. You know what I mean? As long as you can still be a fan, you can be in the flow state as often as you want because it's
Facts.
not about you. It's about channeling something. You know what I mean? So when you're having fun, you can channel things. And fun is the narrow view. I feel like the wide view is like be present because sometimes you're sad and you're writing something that's really meaningful. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just the fun aspect, not like it's all except that. So let it be like let your creativity pour out, and then on the opposite side, have structure. Like, do you want to be an artist for a living? Okay, analyze the game. You know what I'm saying? Understand your audience, the market that fits best with your product. You know, um, understand how to get in front of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And understand how to make music that like it doesn't have to fit in every way. It doesn't have to be the same, but just make sure that like if something great is being played, whether it's let's just say like it's a Tory Lane song
Mm.
and then a Drake song and then your song come on and then another one. There should be no break in a sort of vibe that's being created. It's a different, you want people to notice you, but you also want people to just like loop you into their life. You need them to so it's gonna come along with other music.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You're sort of latching on to what people are already listening to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that like you pour your creativity into a medium that's that's like has some structure to it, has some order to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be A through Z. It could be like skip a few letters, make it a word. You know what I mean? Make it a being. I feel like a song is like a living animal, a living creature. It has a head, it has a tail, it has feet, it digests. You know what I mean? It is a thing that I create that like has its own life, and I let it have its own life because it has its own story. That gets back to what we were talking about with which is the best decision to make as an artist is what serves the story the best.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a good story, that thing has its own life, and you just are really sort of just illustrating what that thing is. You know, that creature. Yeah.
No, that's
Did I get too deep? Is it? Did I get?
no. To be honest, that's
Oh,
real. That just that gave me a better perspective. Honestly, I might be looking at music different tomorrow after you just said that. I ain't even gonna lie, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Damn, like a living creature. That's how I gotta look at this podcast now.
yeah.
That's how I gotta look at this podcast. I ain't gonna lie, that definitely hit for real. But you already know, bro. I definitely appreciate you
Thank you.
returning on here. I'm definitely enjoy bringing you back on here, bro. For
Yeah.
real, man. Y'all already know. It's your boy 215 Guy Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this producer's new favorite podcast. My brother himself, Zim, you already know. I appreciate you showing up on here.
Yeah.
When you come back on tour, definitely have you back for a third episode too. So
That'd be great.
definitely gotta get those tour stories. And
Yeah, we're going back on the road.
and probably gonna have the best steak that you had on tour while you was out there.
I'm
Definitely.
I'm gonna take detailed notes of the next tour steak that I have. I feel like the best steak I've had on tour so far, Chicago. But you know, good steak everywhere. I don't want any other cities hating on me because I like that Chicago steak.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. Y'all just got look, just like how I gotta step my game up, y'all gotta step.
I might have a
game
new
up.
favorite after this tour. Who knows? You know.
That's what I said. Always gotta step your game up. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing wrong with it. And to all those other steak places, I'm gonna take note from my guy. You already know he gonna send me them notes. Y'all
Yeah.
might see me in them joints.
Yeah.
But y'all already know. Let me rap with you. We out of here.
Peace.